Alright, last week in the PPL, week 9, we faced the Pittsburgh Pyro and we lost. It's a loss we didn't want to take, but it wasn't unexpected. See, the Pittsburgh Pyro had a superior matchup to ours. I knew that. I knew they had a superior matchup. So that loss wasn't unexpected. We made some good plays in the match, we made some good switches, but we just couldn't capitalize on anything we did. And it cost us. It cost us a lot. So this week we're here to right some wrongs. So with our loss last week, we're still in 6th place. We're in the top half, just. The problem is though, with our loss last week, all the teams that are below us are starting to catch us. Some of them have already caught us on points. We're only ahead by differential. That's just not good enough. Not good enough. There's only 2 games left in the first season of the PPL. 2 games. When those 2 games are over, the Nottingham Forest Curse want to be sitting in the top half. We want to be known as one of the top half teams in the first season of the PPL. That's what we're shooting for. How do we make that happen? We have to win our last 2 games. We have to win our last 2 games. However, that's a lot easier said than done. See, our last 2 games are against possibly 2 of the most threatening teams in the PPL. So last week, we faced the Pittsburgh Pyro, who were in 9th when we played them, and they beat us. This week, we're facing the Teddington Teddiursas and their coach Ellie, who were in 4th. It's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a real tough match. Not going to lie to you guys. She's a great battler, very creative, pulled up some great wins so far in the PPL. But none of that matters. None of what she's done matters when she's facing an opponent like me, because she hasn't faced anyone quite like me. Now, one of her most dominant victories in the PPL this season was against the Bayern Munich. How did she win that? She brought the rain to her team. Well, let me tell you something, Ellie. I've faced weather twice so far in the PPL. Do you want to know how that turned out? Both times? That's right. The Nottingham Forest Curse won both of those matches. So you know what, Ellie? You want to bring the rain to counter my sand? Go right ahead. Because the Weather War Part 3 will end exactly the same way the first 2 Weather Wars ended. The Nottingham Forest Curse are going to pick up the win. You don't want to bring the rain? Fine. Gives me a fucking great opportunity to set up my sand. And when we set up the sand, we bring the hurt. When we bring the hurt, we bring the pain. When we bring the pain, we get the kills. And when we get the kills, the Nottingham Forest Curse win. And that's exactly what we're going to do this week against the Teddington Teddiursas. Bring the rain. Don't bring the rain. It doesn't matter. The Nottingham Forest Curse are going to beat the Teddington Teddiursas. Week 10 of the PPL. Believe it.
What's up, interweb? Raikkonen here, and welcome to week number 10 of the PPL. This is going to be such a tough match this week. We are facing Ellie of the Teddington Teddiursas. And first things first this week, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a look at the league table, because I was supposed to do it last week, and I forgot. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the league table real quick, which hopefully you'll see somewhere on the screen right now. I don't know. I'm going to do this in post-editing. But post-editing? Yep, totally. But you can see we are in 6th place on the table right now with 12 points. We're on a -1 differential, but you see the Pittsburgh Pyro, Portland Timbers, and Miami Rotom here all also on 12 points, and we're only just ahead of them on differential, so it's really, really close. And just above us we have the Celtic Dino on 15 points with a +4 differential, and then above them we have the team we're playing today, Teddington Teddiursas, 18 points and a +9 differential. Now, we want to be finishing in the top half, in the top 6. This is where I want to finish. That's really where I want to finish at the end of the season. And to do that, we're going to have to win. So our last 2 matches are against the Teddington Teddiursas and the Borussia Doublade. It's going to be a tough challenge, but we'll try and make it work. Also, one thing that I want to point out is the MVP race right now, and you can see up top we have xKito. Hell to the yeah. We have xKito up at the top of the MVP race, 17 kills, 4 deaths, and a plus 13 differential, because he's awesome. So I'm hoping if we don't win the league, which we don't think we can anymore, we physically can't win the league anymore, but we're obviously not going to win that. So if we can win the MVP race, I'll be very happy. So we just need xKito to not die and get some kills. That would be the ideal situation. So let's get into the match this week. As I said, we're facing Teddington Teddiursas, and I'm going to go ahead and get on with the team breakdown. If you guys don't want to hear me ramble about my team for too long, then you can click the annotation on the screen right now, which will skip you ahead to the match itself later on in the video. Now, first things first, let's take a look at the Teddington Teddiursas. Let's see what team they can potentially bring in, and they have a very, very, very scary team. Incredibly scary team. The potential Pokemon that Ellie can be bringing to this match are Xerneas, Mega Venusaur, Milotic, Electros, Darmanitan, Salamence, Frostlass, Heracross, Gramble, and Seismitoad. Some big threats on that, and the things that jump out right away at me, she has 2 potential Intimidators with Salamence and Granbull, which are going to be really annoying for xKito to pick up those sweeps. Potential things that can stop xKito sweeping. I've actually done a hell of a lot of calcs with xKito to find out exactly how much damage it can do to her entire team, and it can do a lot of work. It can do a lot, but it needs to be used in the right situation. So I can OHKO with Xerneas. In the sand as well, I outspeed everything on her team, that even if it's scarfed, I will outspeed everything. So as long as she doesn't bring agility, or she doesn't have an agility set up or something like that, I'm going to outspeed everything on her team when I'm in the sand with xKito. I can OHKO with Xerneas. I do to a max physically defensive Mega Venusaur. I do 41.7 to 50.2% damage with an Earthquake, so it's a 3-hit KO, but after rocks that becomes a good chance of 2-hit KO, which is nice. Then we have physically defensive Milotic. I do 51.9 to 61.8% damage, 2-hit KO on that, which is very nice indeed. Electros I can do around half with a Rock Slide. Darmanitan I OHKO with an Earthquake. A Salamence after an Intimidate, I can do 59.4 to 70.5% damage with a Rock Slide, unless it is physically defensive, in which case I do a hell of a lot less. I do 34.6 to 41% damage with a Rock Slide. And then I OHKO Frostlass with an Iron Head. I OHKO Heracross with Aerial Ace, because I'm bringing that. Spoilers. And then a max physically defensive Gramble. After an Intimidate, I do 59.3 to 71% damage with an Iron Head. And then Seismitoad, I do 87.2 to 103.8% damage with an Earthquake. That's uninvested Seismitoad. So I can do a lot of work to a team. I'm going to be doing around half to everything, if not OHKOing things. So I just need to wear her team down to the point where xKito can come in the sand and just sweep up. That's what xKito's done in the past, and it's worked to great effect. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Last week we tried to get a bit creative with Scarf Vaporeon, and tried to make xKito Assault Vest and not a sweeper but a sweeper at the same time, and I got very confused and it didn't work. So I'm going back to basics, back to what I know works, and we're going to xKito, Life Orb, Sweeper. That's what he is. Sand Rush, Sweeper in this match, because he can clean up her team if used right. Now, that's what xKito is going to do. So, let's look at the team I'm bringing, because she can potentially stop xKito with her Intimidators. So let's look at the team I'm bringing to try and get xKito in a position to sweep. So, the first mon I'm bringing, we might as well start with the basics. The first one I'm bringing this week is Guacamole the xKito, and I've already said its whole moveset. It's Life Orb, Sand Rush, Aerial Ace, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Rock Slide. Max attack, max speed, Adamant with the Life Orb, which is going to give it that extra power. Aerial Ace for Heracross, Earthquake to OHKO things, and it's going to be the most damaging move on things and everything that it hits neutrally. And Iron Head for things like Gramble and Frostlass, and Rock Slide for the things that the other moves don't hit, like Electros and Salamence and Xerneas. So that is what Guacamole is there for, just to try and get in late game and sweep up. That is what xKito is there for, because I already explained his whole job. So we're going to move on to the next one. So, if I'm bringing xKito, I'm bringing the sand. So to bring the sand, I am bringing ERB the Hippowdon with the Smooth Rock, Sandstream as ability, Stealth Rock, Slack Off, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Max HP, Max Defense, Impish for an attack. So physically defensive Hippowdon. This guy really handles Heracross really well, as long as it's not banded. He can really handle Heracross quite well. The only way it does over half to me, this is assuming it's like a scarfed Heracross, or just max attack Adamant. the only way it does over half to me is getting 5 hits on a bullet seed. If it gets 4 hits, it's doing less than half. So that's the only way that it can do over half to me, which is really nice. So not close combat, not Mega Horn, nothing does over half unless she gets 5 hits on a bullet seed. So I can stall it out with Slack Off potentially, maybe, hopefully, if I get a bit lucky with that. But yeah, that's what I'm unlikely to stay in on a Heracross anyway. But it's a nice switch in for Yveltal to come in on a Heracross, because I can eat up hits and, you know, scare it out. Rocks are going to be so important in this match. I have 2 Stealth Rock setters on this team this week because I absolutely need to get them up, because they do a hell of a lot of damage. She has a pretty big rock weakness. Now with her most recent acquisition as well, she traded in a Heatran and got in a Tornadus, and she's picked up another rocks weakness. So now, the mons that are weak to Stealth Rocks are Tornadus, Darmanitan, Salamence, and Frostlass. All 4 of them, which are huge threats in their own right. They all take 25% from rocks when they switch in, which is going to be fantastic. And it's going to really help wear them down to the point where xKito can come in and start killing things. Stealth Rocks are going to be so important to wear down her team to get to that point when xKito can come in and sweep up. That is what I need to be doing. I just need to wear down her team gradually and get in xKito and just sweep up. That is what xKito is there for, and that's the thing I need to do. So her only potential defogger is Defog Salamence. And if she brings that, fine. That's absolutely fine. If I can predict her defog, I go into another mon that I brought this week that I'll go into in a second, and I can just kill it. And if she brings defog Mence, that means she's probably not going to be bringing like a Scarfed Mence or anything like that. It's going to be probably easier to deal with, which is very nice to know. It's good to know, you know, some of your opponent's movesets before you even start. And if she doesn't bring Mence, then those rocks are there to stay, and that's going to be fantastic. It really wears down Darmanitan. It stops it, you know, just spamming Flare Blitz over everything. It's going to be great. So, yeah, that is Yveltal, physically defensive. And next up, we have Bowtruckle the Sneasel. And this guy is Life Orb with Inner Focus, with 28 in HP, max attack 228, speed, jolly, with Ice Shard, Ice Punch, Knockoff, and Aerial Ace. Yes, it's the second one with Aerial Ace on this team. And this guy can really put in some work in this match, because I can Ice Shard a Tornadus, and after rocks it will kill it, if it's not, you know, physically defensive, it's not HP or defense invested. I can knock off a Frostlass and kill it, and I will outspeed it if it's not Scarfed. That's what the 228 in speed is there for. I outspeed everything on her team that isn't Scarfed, so I can spam knockoff on Frostlass and it will kill it. As long as, you know, she doesn't have a Destiny Bond up or anything like that. She doesn't have a Sash, that would be annoying. That's why I have rocks to try and break a Sash, which would be very nice. Ice Punch kills a Salamence. If she has a Yachi Berry, on Salamence, then Ice Punch can still kill it after rocks, potentially, which would be insane. Depending on her investment, I can still kill Salamence after rocks with an Ice Punch, even if she has a Yachi Berry, so that could be cool. And then I have Aerial Ace, of course, for Heracross, if she wants to bring in Heracross, and maybe it is Scarfed, and she wants to try and get off a close combat on my Sneasel, or whatever, then, you know, then I don't outspeed because it's Scarfed, and I haven't thought that one through at all. But if she wants to switch in Heracross on my Sneasel, and I predict her switch, and I can just go for an Aerial Ace. It's just a bit of a backup option, because none of the other moves on this set kill a Heracross. So if she switches in a Heracross, gets a free switch in Heracross against my Sneasel, and it's not Scarfed, I can outspeed Aerial Ace and kill it. So yeah, that's why I have Aerial Ace on that, and that is Bowtruckle with Sneasel. There's a pick off mons like Tornadus and Frostlass and Salamence, those big threats, and it's going to be really nice if I can knock off things like Electros's Assault Vest, just leftovers, things like that. Any annoying items would be really nice to knock off, so knockoff is always handy. So that is Bowtruckle with Sneasel. Now we go into the beast of the team. Oh man, the fourth one I'm bringing in this team. It's the debut of a mon that I've wanted to bring for a little while, but just could not find the right time. We are bringing Tito's Milk, the Miltank. Hell yeah. Now, let me explain this set. This has a Chopple Berry as its item with Thick Fat as the ability. Stealth Rock, Milk Drink, Rock Slide, and Body Slam, max HP, max defense, Impish for an attack. Okay, I saw Miltank, and I looked at its 3 abilities, and I thought, all 3 of these can really help against her team. I saw Sap Sipper, and I was like, she has a Mega Venusaur. If I bring in Sap Sipper, you know, she can't put me to sleep. I can potentially get an attack increase, and I can start spamming the hell Body Slam on everything. It would be great. I wanted Sap Sipper for that. And then I looked at Scrappy, and I was like, Scrappy could be great against Frostlass, because I don't think she'll be expecting me to bring a Scrappy Miltank. And she can, you know, switch in Frostlass, thinking she can take a Body Slam, and she can't. And I can just destroy that Frostlass's life with Body Slam, which would be really nice to have. Then I saw Thick Fat, and I was like, how much does Thick Fat actually change things? Let me run some calcs. I did exactly that, and I ran some calcs, and as soon as I saw the calcs, I was like, well, I am bringing Thick Fat. No two ways about it, I am bringing Thick Fat. And, okay, check this out, right? So no one in the PPL has a switch in to a banded Darmanitan. No one has a switch into that thing. Apart from me. Check this out, okay? A max attack, adamant, choice banded, sheer force Darmanitan Flare Blitz against this Thick Fat, max defense, Miltank is a 3-hit KO. 3-hit KO. A banded sheer force Darmanitan, a 3-hit KO on Miltank. Glorious, right? Glorious. It's actually a switch in for a Darmanitan. Crazy, right? Okay, I can switch in on Darmanitan. If it's not banded, if it's not choiced, it has superpower. That's why I have a Choppleberry. I can go for a Milk Drink. Choppleberry, have a guess, is a 3-hit KO. It does less than half. Superpower does less than half, and if she goes for superpower, she gets an attack drop. Awesome! So then, I can hit it with a Rock Slide. I can Milk Drink all day on it. I can set up rocks. It's my other rock setter-upper. I need rocks in this match. I really need it. And I have Body Slam to try and paralyze things and just get some nice stab damage, pretty much. But I do have the Rock Slide for Darmanitan. I can also, even though I'm physically defensive, I can take any ice hit from Frostlass, and it can't hit me with Ghost Stab because I'm immune, so it's a really nice switch in for Frostlass too, if I need it. I can take any ice hit from that thing, even if it's Specs. It does less than half because of Thick Fat. It's fantastic, so, yeah, Miltank is going to be great in this match, I hope. And the Rock Slide hits Darmanitan and the Frostlass, which is nice, as well as also hitting things like Salamence and Tornadus if I need it to, which is going to be great. So, that is my physically defensive Miltank. That's my switch in for Darmanitan. Next up, the 5th Mon on this team, we are bringing Finley the Vaporeon with Leftovers Water Absorb as its ability, with max HP, max defense, again, another physically defensive Mon, with the Bold Nature for its special attack, with Heal Bell, Scold, Baton Pass, and Wish. So for the first time, Finley is going to be physically defensive and not special. There was a reason for this, which has now slipped my mind, so I can't really remember why I did physically defensive, but I did do physically defensive for a reason. I believe it was, let's see here, it was for Seismitoad, that's right. Because one of Ellie's potential tactics that she can be bringing is to bring Rain to counter my Sand, and she has a Swift Swim Seismitoad. I need a switch in for that thing, if she does decide to bring it. And if she does bring Swift Swim Seismitoad, then it means that she doesn't have Water Absorb, so I can Scald it in the face. If she brings a special one, I can eat up any water hit she wants to do, and I do have very nice natural special bulk on Vaporeon. If she brings a physical one though, that's why I went physically defensive, because an Earthquake from a Life Orb Seismitoad, max attack adamant, does less than half to a physically defensive Vaporeon, and then if it has Swift Swim, I can proceed to Scald it in the face. If it is Water Absorb, that means it isn't Swift Swim, and I can outspeed with the last Mon on my team and kill it. So that's fine with me. Either way is fine. Heal Bell, in case things get paralyzed, poisoned, burned, I need to, that's my Cleric, I need it. Wish Baton Pass is a combo I wanted to try for a little bit, because I was going to go Wish Protect, but I wanted Baton Pass because I felt like it would be more important to wish other Mons on my team than actually Vaporeon. As I said, Vaporeon is kind of just my switch for Seismitoad, and that's about it. There's not much else I can actually do in this match in terms of the Mons that are super effective against it are going to be doing a hell of a lot of damage. So like Tornadus can do a butt turn, Electros, if it has special moves, can do a lot. Even the physical ones are probably going to be doing a hell of a lot, even to a physically defensive Vaporeon. Darmanitan is still going to do a huge amount. Salamence can be physical or special, so you know either side is probably going to be doing a hell of a lot. Frostlass, probably not going to be doing that much, even though I'm not especially defensive. Heracross is still going to be doing a huge amount to me. Granbull is going to be doing a butt ton, and Seismitoad said it's my switch in for that. So I don't really know what Vaporeon can be doing in this match. It's just there to wish. It's just there to be a nice wish in case she brings a Seismitoad. If she doesn't bring Seismitoad, or she doesn't bring a Swift Swim Seismitoad, then Vaporeon's just going to be there for wishing, pretty much, and potentially Scald Burning things. That is essentially it. But it's a nice mon to have, because it can, you know, wish Baton Pass into certain mons, so it could potentially work. We'll see what Finley does in this match. And the last mon on this team, again, another mon that I really haven't been using too much that I wanted to, is Celery the Celebi with the Kebia Berry, with Natural Cure as his ability with Psychic, Recover, Giga Drain, and Healing Wish, 108 HP, 252 special defense, and 148 in speed with a modest nature. That might seem like a very, very strange EV spread. I shall explain. So I have 148 in speed to outspeed a max speed timid Seismitoad. Obviously if it's in the rain it's going to be outspeeding everything, but if it's not in the rain and it's an offensive one, max speed timid, I still outspeed it and I can kill it with a Giga Drain. That's why I had that speed investment. I then have the special defense investment because by the way, the Kebia Berry weakens super effective poison moves. And I did that for Mega Venusaur, because Mega Venusaur Sludge Bomb does a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot to a Celebi. So, I wanted Celebi to be able to take out Venusaur without taking too much damage in return. It's still going to be taking a hell of a lot of damage in return, let's be real here. But I wanted something to be able to take out Mega Venusaur, because at the minute, all I really have is Aerial Ace on Excadrill and Sneasel. Aerial Ace actually does more than Ice Punch to Mega Venusaur, fact of the day. Although I do have Earthquake on Excadrill, which will be doing more than an Aerial Ace, but yeah, I don't really have too much for it, and it can potentially storm me out. I don't have Sap Sipper on Miltank, so it can potentially do some work against me. So I wanted something to be able to hit it a lot harder, and that is Celebi, because Psychic, as long as it's not specially defensive, then I can hit it for over half with a Psychic. If it is specially defensive, then that means it's not physically defensive, which means Excadrill does a lot more with an Earthquake, which is great. I then have Recover to get HP back. I have Giga Drain for that Seismitoad and to get more HP back, because why not? I then have Healing Wish, just because Healing Wish can potentially change the entire course of the game. If something gets worn down, like Excadrill, for example, if I bring him in too early, he takes a hit he shouldn't have taken or something like that, I can Healing Wish into him, get him right back up to full, and he's right back to his sweeping ways, and it's going to be glorious. So that is what Celebi is there for. To Psychic the Mega Venusaur, to Giga Drain the Seismitoad, and just generally be a pain. And I'm hoping as well, if she doesn't bring Mega Venusaur, I'm still hoping she brings some poison moves, because I do have the potential to be bringing Mega Altaria, and she could potentially prep like Poison Jab Seismitoad. She could be doing various other poison moves. I believe Gramble gets Poison Jab too. There could be poison moves on various things to try and hit that Mega Altaria. So if something has a poison move, she doesn't bring Mega Venusaur, which I do expect it to, because I do have Mega Altaria and it kind of shuts it down. Then I'm hoping there's still going to be poison moves and other things, and the Kebia Berry can still put in some work, hopefully. I was considering running Tanga Berry Celebi, which weakens bug moves, because obviously it's 4 times weak to bug, and I was worried about some random hidden power bugs on things, and but then I ran the calcs and all that stuff, and I still can't take a Mega Horn from a Heracross, and the only way it would really come into play is if I ran into like an HP bug Milotic, or an HP bug Mega Venusaur, but like, why would you do HP bug when you have Sludge Bomb anyway? And Milotic already has Ice Beam, so I'm like, if she does have HP bug Milotic, then that's fine, because I have other things to deal with that. It's fine. I can wait out Milotic. It'll be fine. We'll play it by ear. But anyway, that's my team that I'm bringing against Ellie and the Teddington Teddiursas. Hope you guys have enjoyed this team analysis, and I will see you very shortly for the match for week number 10 of the PPL, the penultimate match in season 1 of the PPL. So I'll see you guys in the match. Alright, here we are with the match against the Teddington Teddiursas. The nerves never go away. They never go away. Okay, before I forget, please go in the description. Links to Ellie's channel will be down there and all that good stuff. She is one of my closest friends ever, and yeah, please, go do yourself a favour. go and check out Ellie, because she is fantastic. Please. Right. Let's get on with this. Let's go battle start. Okay. Let's go play Pokemon. Let's see what she's bringing. Let's go. Alright, what's she bringing? Come on. I'm so nervous. Okay. So she's bringing Seismitoad. Yeah, she's bringing Eelektross. Okay. So there's no Tornadus. That's good. There's no Milotic. That's good to see. She does have Eelektross and Arm and Mence. Frostlass. No Heracross. No Granbull. Okay. So there's no Intimidate Granbull, which is good to see. There's no... that's probably an Intimidate Mence. I would assume with Defog. Possibly physically defensive. I could see her bringing Rain Dance with Seismitoad here. Eelektross is going to be a bit of an issue. But, because I'm pretty sure he gets Giga Drain, Energy Ball, Grass Knot, something along those lines. I don't know. Apologies for housemates, by the way. Just saying. I don't really know what I want to lead with. I know I'm going to outspeed everything with Sneasel, so I genuinely might lead with it and get off a knockoff or something. Depending on what they lead with, I might save it. I do need to keep it around for Mence, really, and possibly to knock off the Frostlass as well. I don't know what she wants to lead with. I could maybe see Seismitoad, so I could potentially go with Celebi. Could be Eelektross for a Volt Switch or something. I'm gonna go with Celebi as my lead, I think. Predicting the Seismitoad lead. We'll have to see. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Week 10 of the PPL, the penultimate week of the PPL. Here we go. What's she gonna lead with right now? Unfortunately, my DS is running out of battery as well, and the only charging point is back there, so it doesn't quite reach to my desk. So I'm gonna have to. Oh, I should have led with Sneasel. That would have been absolutely perfect. But that's okay. I do lead with Celebi. So now. It's probably going to go for an Ice move. What do I have to switch into this? Probably Vaporeon. I hope it's not a physical one, although if it is, I'm physically defensive, so it doesn't really matter. I think I just have to go into Vaporeon at this point. It's my safest switch, and she can go for Spikes at this point. I know that's something she likes to do. If I predict that, I could go into Sneasel, actually. She could be going for a Ghost move. I do resist both of its stabs. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go into Sneasel. Yeah, I'm going to go into Sneasel, because I think I can E up pretty much any hit. It's resisted. I know Sneasel is frail as hell, but I should be able to E up one hit at least from this Frost. And if he wants to go for Spikes, that would be perfect. So then I can get in Sneasel for free. That would be really cool. And then I can proceed to knock off something, which would be great. So if she wants to go for Spikes first turn, that's fine. So I'm going to be looking down at my lap a lot, so I'm trying to look at the DS. So apologies in advance for that. We can get rid of some of these counts. Oh no, no time. I'm switching out. Gonna go into Bowtruckle. Okay, and let's see what she wants to do. Spikes. Okay, that's what I predicted. Yeah, just go for the Spikes. Okay, I really wish I'd gone with Sneasel. God damn it. And now she's gonna be scared of the knockoff. She could be carrying something like HP Fighting. That could definitely be a thing. That would not surprise me in the slightest. But I think at this point, I do just want to go for a knockoff. And if she wants to go into Venusaur, then I can gauge the kind of damage and I can potentially go for an Aerial Ace afterwards. I think that's probably my best play. I'm just going to go straight for a knockoff. And I should outspeed. I do outspeed. And it's going to be Sash, isn't it? Yeah, it is going to be Sash. Okay. That's a Sash Frostlass. We'll get it down to 1. Take a bit of Life Orb Recall. And HP Fighting. Yeah. That does not surprise me at all. Does not surprise me at all. But, oh no, it does take us out. Okay, it does take us out. That's okay. That's okay. That's a little bit annoying that we can't use it against Salamence, but that was to be expected. So now I can come in with something that outspeeds. What outspeeds? Sneasel outspeeds. Great thinking on my part. I think I'm going to go into Miltank. Yeah, I'm going to go into Miltank because I can eat up any hit from this guy. I know it has HP Fighting, and I know that could potentially do something. So I might reveal my Chople Berry too early, and I don't want to do that. I really don't want to reveal my Chople Berry. Because that's going to be annoying if I do. I don't outspeed with Excadrill or Celebi. I could go back into Vaporeon at this point. Back into Vaporeon, yeah. Could go into Vaporeon, and yeah, let's go Vaporeon. Let's see. I should have really switched out into Vaporeon to try and scout for the HP fighting. That definitely should have been something I'd done. Preserved Sneasel, because losing it this early is not going to be good. What's her switch in for a Scald right now? It's going to be Mega Venusaur. I don't know if she's going to want to keep this Frostlass around now that it's down to 1 HP. I don't know if she's going to want to keep it around. We'll have to see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... I think I'm just going to go for a Scald. Potentially get a burn on the Venusaur, that'd be nice. It just goes for... Why am I being so dumb today? Why am I really being so dumb today? Like, I'm really playing badly at this point. Like, really, really badly. Crit mad. That was a really, really, really obvious play. Why did I not... That was so dumb. Like, really, really dumb. I don't know where my head's at right now. But Frostlass is down. So, Vaporeon getting a kill. Let's see. Vaporeon killing Frostlass, which is nice. So now at this point, what do you want to go into? I could see Dom. I could see various things. Let's go with... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Celebi. I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to go into... I need to get rocks up, though. That's the thing. I think she might go into Venusaur at this point, so I'm going to go into Celebi. Seismitoad. That's even better. That's fine with me. Absolutely fine with me. And I am not going to overpredict. Not going to overpredict at all. I am just going to go straight for a Giga Drain. Even if she goes into Electros, Darmanitan, Salamence, Mega Venusaur, any of the above can take a Giga Drain, but I do not want to mess around, especially because I've already lost 2 months. That's not something I want to be doing. So I'm just going to go straight for a Giga Drain. She's going to switch out, and I should have gone for a Psychic, but I did not want to overpredict. I just did not. She's going to bring in Electros. Okay. This is probably going to be Assault Vest, I would assume. See how much this does. It's going to do nothing. Yeah, that's Assault Vest. Okay. So now, it can have a Fire move. It can have HP Bug. It could just Volt Switch right now. The Apowdon switch-in is somewhat obvious, but I feel like I want to make it anyway. Is it better to go into Apowdon? Yeah, I think it is. I kind of want to go into Apowdon. Let's see. I'm gonna go into a Powdon. This might be a really risky play. I want to make it. See what happens there. Gonna get out the sand. What's she gonna go for? Acid Spray. Okay. Didn't reveal my Kebia Berry. That's always good. That's always nice. Okay, I feel like these things get Giga Drain. I feel like these things get Giga Drain. Okay, Powdon at -2 special defense is going to be taking a butt ton from Electros's Giga Drain. So I don't think I want to be staying in and setting up rocks at this point. But I don't know if she's going to go for the Giga Drain because she might predict the Excadrill to come in at this point. At -2 Giga Drain. Well, that's going to Oko me if she has a special attack investment. It might actually kill me at the range of that, to be honest. So I do not want to stay in. I think I want to go into. Miltank. She might predict the Excadrill to come in and go for a Flamethrower right now. I'm going to go into Miltank. Yeah, I'm going to go into Miltank. Ugh! God. Already on the back foot. Massively. I make such a dumb plays at the start of matches. I don't know why. But anyway, in comes Miltank as it goes for Giga Drain. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So she knows I'm not Sap Sipper. That does a lot of damage, and I did not want to see that. At this point, I could see her going for a Volt Switch, which is going to do a lot, actually, if Giga Drain did that much. Vultures are going to do a hell of a lot of damage. That's not good. It could actually take me out. And that would really, really suck. Giga Drain did a lot of damage. Jesus, is that max special attack? I feel like it could be. Jeez. I wish I'd gone into xKito at that point. I see going for Volt Switch. I'm going to go into xKito predicting the Volt Switch right now. I feel like that's the play to make. What can I do to Electros? Nothing. I think this is my problem. I have nothing for Electros. Literally nothing. I wanted to knock it off. Losing the Sneasel was really bad. And I called it as well. I should have scouted for it. Because I could definitely see her doing that. And she did it. Which is really annoying. But do I risk living and going for a milk drink? Setting up rocks? I'm going to have to hope I live and go for a milk drink. I outspeed. Of course I outspeed. I'm a flipping Miltank. I'm going to get off a milk drink and let's see what she goes for. She's going to go for Acid Spray again. Okay. Okay. I'm going to play this game. -2, will Volt Switch kill me? Probably. Will Giga Drain? Probably not. Flamethrower definitely won't. I feel like that's all she'd have. Whereas Acid Spray from Military too. So let's see. She'd have some kind of electric move for Vaporeon. She'd have Flamethrower for Excadrill, I would assume. She'd have Acid Spray, as we've seen, and Giga Drain. I would think that would be her moveset. So I think I really want to go into Excadrill, but it might be so obvious. It's going to be so risky if she goes for a Flamethrower, though. I can't do anything to it if I get Excadrill in, that's the problem. Acid Spray is really going to screw me over. I have no special bulk. That was the problem of having 3 physically defensive mons. I said that. I said 3 physically defensive mons. How do I justify that? And I don't really. I have to go into Celebi at this point and just go for a Psychic. Don't go for another Acid Spray, please. Don't reveal my Kedia Berry. So what else to do? Volt Switch. Can eat that up on special defensive. Yeah, okay. Now she's going to get Switch Initiative. I can see Dom coming in here, which is not good because Miltank has been weakened a little bit. Oh, I did get the Miltank off. Yeah, in comes Darmanitan. Okay. So she's going to say, where's my Switch in? And I need to get Miltank in right now. Miltank is the way forward. Yeah, let's go into Miltank. We can eat this up. Whatever she wants to go for. If it's superpower, if it's whatever. Just don't be sub, please. Don't be sub. If you bring sub, I respect you a lot. It would not be cool if you bring sub though. Not be cool. If you bring sub Belly Drum, you could like sweep me right now. Not cool, not cool, not cool. I'm playing so badly, it's not even funny. Like, really, really badly. This is not the way to pick up a win. Really. In comes Miltank as she goes for U-turn. Not good. That's damage. Half of loss. Not good. Not good. Now she's going to get initiative. Probably go back into Electros again, I would assume. She's going to Mega Venusaur. She knows I'm not Sap Sipper. Go into anything at this point. She goes into Seismitoad. I'm assuming this has Drain Punch, so I'm probably going to have to roll my Chocolate Berry right now, but I need to Milk Drink. Yeah, I need to Milk Drink right now. She can go for Drain Punch. No, she goes for Sub. Okay. That's also not good. That's really not good. I kind of just want to stay in. Can I go for... I can't sit up behind a substitute. Come on now. Let's go for body slam. Break the sub. It didn't even break the sub. Are you serious? That's not ideal. That is not ideal. Should have count that. I need to go for a milk drink. Unfortunately, I don't have a heal Bella, so if I get burned, that's not good. But I can't switch out because if I take spikes damage, then the Flare Blitz can kill me on entry, which is not good. I can't stay in there because I can't risk getting burned. She's got this match already. Jesus Christ, I'm playing right into her hands. Going to Celebi. This is going to be such an obvious play, and she probably has like HP bug or something on this thing. Playing right into her hands at this point. Right into her hands. I hate it. Go for another sub. Okay, that's fine. So now, obviously she's probably going to have HP bug or something along those lines. I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain. Break the sub. She can go for maybe a poison move, you can see, but Kevy Berry come through, please. Should have gone for recover really, maybe. I'm just going to go for Giga Drain. I get some health back. But I might get a little bit back. She's fine. Sub fades, and I get a little bit of HP back. And she goes for Stealth Rock. Not good, she's Hazard stacking against us, isn't it? That's not good because I'm going to have to be switching a lot. So now, I have to make the play. I have to go for Psychic at this point. Absolutely have to go for Psychic. Yep, gotta make the play right now. She hasn't seen Psychic yet, she doesn't know I have it. She could go for another sub, but I'm pretty certain Psychic will break the sub. But I do outspeed her, so no. She does switch out, she's going to go into, maybe into Electros again. No, she goes into Darmanitan. That's not going to enjoy a Psychic. I'm really annoyed that I don't have Rocks up yet as well. That's really annoying. That does good damage. I'm not going to outspeed you, though. And I have to go into Miltank. It's just going to U-turn again, though. Just going to U-turn again. Is she going to U-turn, though? Is she going to U-turn? She did last time. I don't think she has a reason not to. I don't think this is banded. I really don't think this is banded. I'm gonna go into Miltank. Don't be sub. Don't be sub as well. Spikes damage is not good. And Rocks, I forgot about this. You can kill me with a Flare Blitz. Gonna go for U-turn. That's probably gonna kill me. They're gonna kill. No, doesn't kill. Now she needs to bring in something that outspeeds me. I know I outspeed Seismitoad. I may not outspeed Mence. Yeah, there we go. There's the Mence. I'm not gonna outspeed you. There's no way she'd bring it in, and it's not Intimidate. It's Moxie. That's not good. That's really not good. She's going to outspeed me. She's going to take out my Miltank, which means then I don't have a switch of a Darmanitan, which means I need to get the Sandom, get Excadrill, and just kill things. I really want to get Rocks up. Because this Mence is a problem. I can see her going for sub DD. Could be a thing. So I want to go for Rock Slide. She could just take me out at this point. I don't have a reason to save this, because on switching, I die. Because I don't have a spinner. So I'm tempted to go for Rock Slide just in case she goes for sub. Because sub would be really annoying. Just goes for Dragon Claw and it's going to take me out. Okay. Now, I need to get in Powdon. See, it's physical and it's going to get Moxie. I need to go into a Powdon. I kind of need to sack it off, really, to get in Excadrill safely. Spike some rocks. I'm going to get up the sand. It's gonna last for 8 turns, and I kind of need her to kill me right now. I want to set up rocks, but I'm so scared of her having substitute. This could be Scarf Vents with just Scarf with Moxie. I don't want to go for rocks in case she has substitute. So if he gets behind a sub, that's just game right there. I'm gonna go for rocks anyway. There's the Hydro Pump. We tank that because we're a beast. We're gonna get up rocks. Could have gone for Stone Edge and maybe like killed it, but that's okay. So now, if she misses a Hydro, she's not going to go for Hydro. Why would she go for Hydro when she can kill me with a Dragon Claw? I'm going to go for Stone Edge. Just in case. There's the Dragon Claw. Could have gone into Escadron really, but that's fine. Powdon's down. And now I just have to kind of get in Escadron and just hope. I mean, I don't think I can kill it in one hit, can I? It's not Intimidate though, so I can kill it. Let's get an Excadrill, and let's kill something right now. Let's get an Excadrill. She's going to try and stall out the turns, which she can very well do, because she still has Mega Venusaur and things around. No! No! Why do I have Mold Breaker? Why do I have Mold Breaker? What is this? No! Why do I have Mold Breaker? I don't have Sand Rush. That's game. That's game right there. I don't have Sand Rush. For God's sake! Why don't I have Sand Rush? Why don't I have Sand Rush? For God's sake! I know it probably wouldn't have made a difference. I know she probably still would have won. It's not the point. That's week 10 of the PPL. Next week is the last week, and we kind of have to win now that we lost. Join us next week for the very last week of the PPL, and we will play in the Borussia Doublade. And hopefully, we'll actually have a Sand Rush Excadrill next week, and not a fucking Mold Breaker one. See you guys next week.